thank each and every one of you for being here today. Today is a very special day to honor our warriors on their journey to health and wellness and fitness. We wanted to gather here today to acknowledge everyone. I know there's a lot of people that were unable to make it today, but we just wanted to show our appreciation. One of the priorities for 2015 for the Bellingham Business Council is health and wellness, and collaborating with all the departments, fitness center. We just want to raise our hands to each and every one of you. I should just stand. At this time, we're going to have a song.
I don't know the Lummi language, but I'm still learning it. I just want to say a few words. My hands go up to each and every one of you, thanking you for being here. We would have had the Blackhawk singers. The Blackhawk singers, we had them in the morning at the Bellingham Bay Marathon. And we're so proud of our kids. Like, we'd like to do more things like this. Hold our kids up, raise them up. How proud of them. them we are. And I thank Cliff, thank you guys for being here. I'm happy to be here with all of you. Aishka.
I want to introduce Dan, the organizer, or the director for the Bellingham Bay Marathon. So please give him a round of applause.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I want to thank the Tribal Council. I want to thank the Planning Department for allowing us access to the beautiful community building. I want to thank the Police Department for all the help they gave us this year, and for each of these things for now several years. We're proud of the partnership we have with Homie Nation, and I hope that it will continue to strengthen going forward. Special thanks to Cliff and to Cindy for their help in organizing things, especially with the opening ceremony for the marathon prior to its start. Big thanks to Rita for all the work she put in, both to help you participate and also with the safety and logistics that the police department and the entire tribe really provided the day of the event. From my perspective, things went as well as could be expected on event day. It was a beautiful day, and so much of that was because of the help that we got from you. Thank you for participating, and congratulations. I'll let Rita tell you about the numbers of participants we had. I believe it was a record number in each of the different events, the 5K, the half marathon, the marathon. This was my first year as event director. I'll be the first to say I have some things to learn, both about directing the event and about working with the tribe, but I'm very, very excited, again, for the partnership that we have and for future potential for that partnership to grow. So thank you again for having me.
At this time, I'd like Ralph Jefferson to come forward. He's always there for our community, looking out for the safety and well-being of our people. We've had to pick up the phone a few times, kind of late hours to make final adjustments, and he's always willing and able to meet the needs of our community. Just want to say hi to you and raise our hands to Ralph. This time, I'll turn it over to Rita.
For those of you who don't already know, I'm Rita Tom, and this is Anna Lee Brady, soon to be Kinkwater. And she's the manager, and I'm the assistant manager of the Lummi Fitness Center. And we've been a team for a little over a year, and there's been a lot of changes over there at the fitness center, and we've kept some things too, but we just want to help the Business Council be able to follow their goals, which one of them is the Journey to Wellness, not just for Lummi employees as we get benefits, but for our entire community, tribal members and those who live here. And so in doing so, we're not the first, but we're the current sort of administration over there. So what we've done is we've started a walking and running club, which we call Lummi Fit. And there's been a couple before. There was Team Awesome, which Misty Poplin started, and then Res Runners, which was started, I believe, by John Paul Kurtz and Don Lagaki. So we'd like to honor them by mentioning them now. This year, with the Bellingham Bay, it was a really important and celebratory event because we had over 41 participants that were either Lummi enrolled, Lummi community members, or Lummi Indian Business Council employees. This year, Cindy and Cliff had the idea to have a Lummi enrolled ceremony because the Bellingham Bay is such a huge race and it's a pretty big deal in the running community. It's a Boston Marathon qualifier, so it is a big deal and it's rated highly in the running community. Normally we have 5 to maybe 10 people. This year we had 41 and maybe more if more people come forward to let us know. We had 5K participants was our largest group. We had runners and walkers. There was over 17 tribal members. And we had, that's 3.1 miles for those who don't know. We had a half marathon, and we had 17 or 18 participate in that. And that's 13.1 miles for those who don't know. And we had 3 full marathon participants, and that's 26.2 miles, all at once. For those who don't know. And so we'd like to present the awards for those. So we'll start with the 5K. So our third place, are we doing women's first? Okay. So for third place for women's 5K is Lydia Matheson.
I'm not Lydia.
So again, Lydia Matheson, and she is, how old? 12. She's 12.
Stand in. You gotta insert. I'll send you a picture of her face.
Second place, Jasana Reeby, second place in the 5K. So Jasana couldn't be here, but we will make sure that she gets hers. And in first place for the women, this is actually a really special day for this girl. And it's also her sobriety day. Clara Reedy. Personal for us because she's one of our fit sisters and we're just so proud of her. And she had planned to do, what were we going to do, the full? And then we were going to do the half. And then she got injured and had to do the 5K. But we're just really proud of you and we're so happy to watch you on this wellness path. So, love you. Yeah, that's fine. So in the 5K for the men, third place is Keith Tom. He's kind of special to me too. Second place is Gary Tom. And my understanding is he ran in the rain this weekend at the superhero race, so good on him. And then first place is Shadrach Masonis. And he couldn't be here today. Did he end up showing up? Shad? Shad is also very special to us over at the fitness center. He's very dedicated to his fitness and working on wellness, positive, filling his life with, those kinds of things. He comes in and he asks questions, and he's a very good role model. And then, just so everybody's aware of what's on these, there's the Bellingham Bay emblem, and it says first place. And then it says whatever leg they're in, and then Journey to Wellness, Lummi Fit. And so these are specific just to us here at Lummi Nation, and we're really happy to have this opportunity. So I think in the minutes. So half marathon, we had 3 women, and our 3rd place was Mary Neal. Woo! And she snuck in there, and she signed up all by herself. As she does probably every year, so she also is a great... My first year. Oh, was it? Yay for her first year. And our 2nd place in the half marathon is Cindy Culte. We checked the times. We checked. And our first place is Tabitha Jefferson Aosa, and I'll take her medal machine. But Tabitha also is really special to us over at the fitness center. She's very dedicated to fitness and working on staying clean and sober, and so many wonderful things can be said about Tabitha. But what we'd like to do now is talk about the men. So the men in the half marathon this year, there was 2. So we have first place and second place. So more men, we need you to join the half marathon ranks. So next year, we'll look forward to that. So second place for the half in the men's category is Cliff Culte. Woo! This is Cliff's first half, and he did a great job, not only with helping to coordinate with dealing with his busy schedule and knee injuries, and we're really proud of him for signing up and sticking to it, and for Cindy for cracking the fitness and wellness whip behind him. Chasing him down the road, I seen her one time. No, I'm just kidding.
I have a funny story I want to share. When we started running about 5 years ago, and then I had 2 injuries, 1 knee surgery and a calf injury, and then I started falling behind, and every week and every month, Cindy was making progress, and then we started running on Paxton Way, and she started getting further and further ahead of me, and tribal members would come up to me and say, "Hey, I seen you chasing your wife down there." It's just been fun, running together, running with the club, and just being able to utilize the pathways.
There's no room with it.
Sure made some positive changes.
She's like, oh, she's looking at it.
And our first place for the men also signed up on his own, John Ballou.
Yeah.
We couldn't reach him to let him know that he was getting a medal, so we'll stalk him and find him in his office or somewhere. But that was your half marathon, people. There were over 17 people who participated in that category, and many for the very first time. And we just want to acknowledge all of their dedication. It is not easy to run for that long, especially on your first time. And we just commend you all for having the courage to do so. Thank you. So this category is the full marathon, and we have one male and one female lummy who participated, and we have a LIBC employee male who participated, so we had 3 total. And both of these people are very, very special to both Annalie and myself and the community. For the women, I don't want to cry. So she's been my best friend since we could get into trouble, and that was a long time ago. And it's just so cool to, just to see people grow up and come into their own in this community. And her parents are, great supporters of our community and our people. And, I'm very, very proud of not just her efforts in athletics, but towards giving to the community and to our children. And this is her second full marathon, so she's crazy. Because the first time, she was actually the very last person to cross the finish line of the Bellingham Bay last year. She didn't make the cutoff, but her parents and her family were at the end pleading with David, who was last year's director, to keep it open, she's coming. And she did, and she finished it out. It was very emotional, and it inspired us really to want more people to get involved in this race. So Laura Porter, come here.
First of all, I just wanted to give a very special thanks. Rita and I, we've been friends for a long time, and we've grown up together, and we've grown up with parents together. And she was actually the first one that introduced me to running. My very first run was with Rita, and every time I run along the boardwalk, I remember my first run. I almost passed out. I thought I was going to die. But for me, this marathon has really helped me grow, just emotionally and spiritually. And running has been a true healing for me. And I just really thank LIBC and our Lummi Fit for providing the service. Rita and Anna have been a huge resource for all of us. I want to thank Rita for her creative and reaching out and getting more people involved and making this opportunity possible for us. And I want to thank everybody that came. Thank my parents who were with me every stop of the marathon, cheering me on, and they followed me through the entire race, and my children and my husband. And I'm just very grateful and honored to be here today. Thank you.
So, our first place male and the only Lummi male to complete the full marathon in the Bellingham Bay. Running is nothing new to him. It's in his blood. So when I tell you that he ran a full marathon with no training whatsoever, other than his normal everyday, 3 to 6 mile running, you know that it's in his blood and it's in his heart. And this year we were very, very happy that, he made this decision to push his limits and that we could have a male in this category. I mean, without it, last year we had one, participant, and this year we have 3. So Armando Briones, others may know him as Sonny.
Yeah, that was a journey. Laura said it really was kind of took me to a place I never thought I'd ever go, or want to go, And so I really appreciate the opportunity, and the course was perfect. And, I mean, everything worked out really perfect for me to run, and just put one foot in front of the other. And, I got to run with Laura a little bit, and got to run with a lot of people that I never probably would run with. So that was a different experience for me. But again, for me, it was just a big challenge of putting one foot in front of the other and setting your mind to something and choosing to do it and not give up and just keep moving forward. And that was kind of the biggest thing, what I wanted to prove to myself, to my wife. That if you want something bad enough, you could do it. It's right here in all of us. We're lucky. So, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
So there were others who participated who are also here. So everyone who participated in the event, we have gifts for you. Aside from the medals, I'm going to show them. So if you participated, we would like you to come forward and stand before us here so that we can get kind of a group photo, including those who medaled. And we have Team Awesome shirts, which we said before Team Awesome was the previous running club. So every single participant, please come forward. We have a shirt for you, as well as Lummi Fit water bottles for Team Lummi Fit. We also have a group of individuals who, not just this year, but in years past, has participated in the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer 3-Day Walk, which I can tell you from experience is brutal. It's walking, but it's 60 miles in 3 days. And really, I'm pretty sure it's like 65 to 70 miles because they're liars and don't track their miles right. So if you participated in the Susan G. Komen 3-Day Walk now, this year, or ever, please come forward and also get a gift of a shirt and a water bottle. So we ask you to come forward so that we can honor you also.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month this month, and it doesn't matter if breast cancer doesn't run in your family. And the reason why I do the 3-day, Seattle 3-day, 60 miles is because my late grandmother, Christine Lane, died when she was 64. My mother died when she was 60, and my late sister died when she was 48. So does the gene run in my family? Probably. But that doesn't mean that you cannot get breast cancer. When we did the Seattle 3-day, there were 29-year-olds. There were 40-year-olds. And they had no cancer history in their family. And so it's really important to get your mammogram early. Do it every year, especially if you have cancer in your history. so I do the 60 mile. I didn't walk this year. I was watching my nephew, but it was a great honor to always be there to support my best friend Tammy. My sister Tammy, I call her my sister because she was there and helped me care for my sister. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and many other friends come and help me. But I saw what it does to women, and so I walk with women that have breast cancer, and they're very young. So please get your mammogram and do self-exams, because I want to live past 64. That's my goal. So hi,
I'd like to thank everybody who took the time to join us. We have, this will be our second annual, what are we calling it this year? Last year it was Run Turkey Run 5K. I think this year we're calling it Turkey Day 5K. It's for free. It starts at the fitness center. Registration opens at 8 a.m. and the race starts at 9. So everyone walk, bring a stroller, run, but just join us for a nice healthy activity. It's Thanksgiving morning. Last year I think we had like 60 people, which I think is a lot for 8 a.m. on Thanksgiving on a day off. So this year we'd like to get 100, and also anybody who wants to join our walking and running club is more than welcome to do so. Community members, tribal members, bring your friends. At this time, it's still in the organization process, but we're just taking sign-ups. We do things like get sponsorships, tell you about races in the area, and then we also have just been advised this morning that we have 100 sponsorships to this year's Jingle Bell Run. So if you would like to participate, you can walk or run, and there's also a 1 mile this year at the Jingle Bell. So please come see us at the fitness center. Thank you all for coming.
So first of all, what's your name?
My name is Laura Porter. My Indian name is Satya.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what inspired you to participate in the marathon?
This year for me, my major motivation to participate again is to do better than I did last year. Because last year was very difficult and I barely finished, so I wanted to see if I could do better this year, and I did.
How often do you run?
I began running probably 2 years ago, I think. Now I average, when I have the time, I consistently run probably 4 or 5 days a week. And I just run to run. I haven't, I'm not competitive by nature, but so races in the beginning were difficult for me because I don't run to win, I just run to run. So it took a few races for me to get my mindset to be able to participate in big races like this.
So what did this year's victory mean to you?
For me, I proved to myself that I can do it, that I can work hard and accomplish a goal. And that was my goal, is to do better and definitely better prepared this year. Last year was a learning experience, but I was just really amazed by it's really an emotional experience. Everything that you think of as you're running, because you got so much time to just think. It's definitely emotional. Not in a crying way, but just thinking about really who you are and what you're capable of doing. So for me, it's helped me in so many other areas in my life. That once I realized I can run 26.2 miles, I can do almost anything. So it's really helped me in other areas.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
So first up, what's your name?
Armando Briones.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So why did you participate in this year's marathon?
It was just actually we're going through some family issues and just felt like it was something to challenge myself with in a positive way, and just went for it. You know, just kind of went all in. So
Awesome.
that's kind of what I did.
So do you run in your usual routine?
Yeah, I try to stay active because I'm a commercial fisherman out here and a diver, and so I try to stay active, and I run probably 2 or 3 times a week at least. You know, 3 to 6 miles usually, and just try to stay active.
Awesome. Have you participated in the marathon before?
No, I haven't. This was the first one, and it was actually really enjoyable. You know, you kind of get running that far. You're challenged in a lot more ways than I ever could imagine. I mean, you know, the mental strength and toughness that you got to have, plus the physical, and it definitely challenged me. I ran the gamut of emotions and physical breakdowns and still recoveries.
Yeah.
Definitely a challenge.
Awesome. So what did this year's victory mean to you?
I think the biggest thing I got out of it was just being able to put myself in a tough situation and know that I'm going to come out of it. You know, and as long as I keep moving forward and do my best, you know, I kind of really was a huge mental thing for me, and so I think that's the biggest thing that I got out of it was just kind of finding out where I stand on that mental toughness, I guess, of just deciding to do it. So, yeah, it was definitely a challenge.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So first of all, what's your name?
Lauren Anderson.
A pleasure to meet you. So what inspired you to participate in this year's marathon?
I have lived in Bellingham for a few years now, and I just had been wanting to do it for a long time. I think we live in a beautiful place. It's kind of a fun way to experience the area.
Awesome. And do you usually run in your normal routine?
I actually didn't run. I completed the half marathon, but I walked the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And I do walk a lot.
Yeah. Awesome. So what did participating this year mean to you?
For me, it was I've worked for Lemmy for about 6 years actually, and especially the workouts, like the Wednesday night and weekend workouts, were a great way to just get to know people outside of the department I work in, and get to know them in a non-work environment, and so that was really fun to get to know people and then see so many familiar faces at the marathon, like at the starting line. And I know for a lot of people this was kind of out of their comfort zone, so it was really great to see people kind of pushing themselves and to do something new. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.